YouTube is about luck. There is no skill, no form of way to gain the algorithm. It's just about if you get lucky enough to get reach in a platform like with the reach and engagement from YouTube themselves, because the truth is, you get your views from the YouTube algorithm, not from the people trying to find you, because that's not the case for anyone. People get found because of the algorithm. And the thing is, the algorithm picks who they want to grow. If the algorithm decides someone like me can grow, they will push my videos out there. It doesn't matter how shit my content is. People talk about it's about the quality of videos you make. No, it isn't. It's been proven that's not the case. There's been people proven that there is shadow banning going on, where people will get shadow banned. And yes, there is a thing called, I'm going to keep saying this, I'm going to keep making videos talking about how there's a consistency of people who get shadow banned. And shadow ban is not just people who piss off YouTube enough. It's just now become automated. I had older accounts where I used to get a decent amount of views. But what happened? YouTube seen me and said, no, you're not going to get the views. YouTube said, fuck you. You're not going to get any form of views because we don't like you. Now, it's just not me. I'm not going to go woe's me, but there are others like me where we try our damnedest to try to make content and we don't get views. The video I made before this one, you can look at it. It's talking about a feminist who is very, very rude to men. Me and another guy named Loser Max talked about the same subject. Of course, I'm going to be more edgy, so I'm more controversial. That does not mean it would not get any views. There are open neo-Nazis talking on this platform now. And they don't care no more. YouTube has, because it's all become AI. AI has pretty much controlled the entire narrative on YouTube at this point. It's that way before, but the thing is now they're trying to lay off people because they realize, oh, these people were shit anyway, so we're going to try to fire them. I need more coffee in my system. And the people, because I have used TikTok. I have used Instagram. Now, of course, I haven't really used Instagram in a way that I did like with TikTok, but I had over 10,000 people watching me. No, not 10,000 people watching me, but 10,000 followers on my account. Over 10,000. I had millions of likes. I was actually kind of known within TikTok. I was known as that guy who said edgy shit. Now on YouTube, I can't grow because YouTube has shadow banned my account. Because they think that instead of outright banning me, which would be more honest, because they probably realized that I'll just find a way around it, they decided, no, you're not going to get views. Because that's the best way. That's even worse than banning, by the way. Having no views is even worse than being banned. At least if you get banned, you would know not to use the platform. With shadow banning, which so many people have proven, and you gotta remember, they can't employees can't say it openly because they'll be blacklisted from any form of work ever, because YouTube and Google and Alphabet are the only platforms where they don't want to admit that it happens. Every platform's very honest. Like TikTok, I used TikTok for 2 years. And they were very transparent about, yeah, we have to suspend we have to how put it, repress certain accounts if they are going against the terms of service, but we can't ban them because they're not violating it too. It's that kind of thing where they don't want that stuff on there, but they don't want it to be spread out. So yes, they will admit, yeah, we do that. Every other platform will admit that. They even have a term for it. Now, it's not shadow banning specifically, but it's like, limited, your account's been limited, or your video has been deemed not suitable for an audience, or something like that. They always say that, but they won't say shadow banning. That's fine. But even, if we say shadow bans, like, we talk to moderation and say, hey, are you shadow banning this account? It's like, yes. Because they know what we're meaning. Everyone knows when you say shadow banning, they know what you mean. It's not that you're being banned from the platform. It's just your video or account in general, it's being suppressed by the system itself to keep you from getting views. Now, that's even more insane because technically that's more, it means by you're on the radar. That means there are actual people working in the company who know who you are. Yes, I guarantee I pissed off certain YouTubers or certain moderation that they got so pissed off from me that they decided, well, we're not going to get you any views on your videos because I made videos that should get more views. And you can say, well, it's your voice, it's your lack of effort. It's okay. Give you an example. DBDR. This guy who does the exact same thing I do. He doesn't have to try, and he gets views because he hasn't said anything really controversial. He's just a self-pitying ginger. What I said, well, I think it's because I'm very known for criticizing YouTube and how YouTube is. I have called out the open monkey torture rings on YouTube, which, by the way, that's still on YouTube, and it's only YouTube and Facebook that's like showing it en masse. For other platforms, kind of got rid of it to where they kind of snuffed out the people trying to distribute the content. Where on like YouTube and Facebook, they pretty much didn't done a single fucking thing. Even BBC documentary people and journalists tried to talk to them about the issues, and they refused to talk to the journalists. Probably because half of them don't know English because they're Indians or communists who hate America or the West in general. That's the reason why so much Russian propaganda it's spread on YouTube because of the open communists within YouTube's workforce. In reality, and I say this, I even said this in the comment, and a lot of people liked it, that my account itself, it's in that specific form of shadow banning where I could sell it to get a few $100 for it. Because some people like it when you have an account that can't get views, but you can basically post in public because it's easier to find the video if you just search up the very specific topic. So if I just put random numbers, not me, but somebody bought my account or had an account like mine, put random numbers of a specific code, you can hide like videos of, fucked up videos. You could do that on YouTube. I guarantee there's a rabbit hole of just predators doing that just so they can get past the censors. And my account specifically, because of YouTube has deemed it, because they can't just ban me because I haven't technically done anything wrong. Every time they banned me, they had to find an excuse to ban me. But they haven't found any excuse yet because I haven't went too far. Because they are very ban happy. What people don't understand with YouTube and YouTubers, and yes, and YouTubers as well, because most of the big YouTubers, like the mainstream big YouTubers, want to have over 1 million subscribers. Once you get to a certain point, you're on the whitelist. Look at Mia Muhara, look at Moist Critical, look at all these fucking YouTubers. They don't try. They don't have to try. They don't try to game the algorithm. You don't have to do any fancy editing. They just show their face and they get views. They have no skill. In old YouTube, if you didn't innovate, you would be gone from the platform. That's how it was back in the old days of YouTube. You didn't have to be as, posting every day and going crazy like you see today, but you couldn't just do it. And I'm talking about like lazy in the way that you was once good. And if like someone like me, my standard is this. That means people will be following this because people know me as a channel that just talks. That means some people find it relatable. I have a commenter, like at least one. Of course, there's one person, and then there's the other person that pretty much despises my guts because I criticize kiwi farms in Russia. Those are the only two that watch. And you would think that the reach of that would game me in the system. Like, I have one video, it's kind of funny. People would say, it's just because you make shit content. Okay, give you an example. I made a video talking about Mr. Medicare, might be dying. Now, this is the one before I said he's not dying, because he found out he has a certain medical condition that pretty much makes it where he's not going to die. So he's fine. But before, we didn't know because he didn't know what illness he had. That video has 1.4K views. And you can say that's nothing. For someone like me, that's a lot on long-form content. That's a lot. That's a lot of views for me. For my account. Before, on my older accounts, that wasn't really a lot. I used to get like 300 to that. I once had like 38K views on one video. But what happened was, Kiwi Farms users found it and mass reported me. Because, they don't like me because I criticize Kiwi Farms all the time. I'm going to keep drinking coffee. And the system of YouTube decided, oh, you're not going to get views no more with this account. I remember thinking, this is not normal. Because I remember just at least getting 150, 200, 300. And it was no issue whatsoever. I would use the tags. And I used tags before, but then I realized I'm not getting views from them anymore. So I stopped using it. And I thought, it's about the same. So I kept doing it. And then I got one video with a medical one. I thought, wow, it got views. Now I don't even get double-digit views. And I mean by like getting engagement. Now, is it because my content sucks? No. In reality, what's going on is the algorithm refuses to push my content onto anyone. Anyone. I get more views from one person that watches my video that I know of. And I get one person who just watches my video so they can hate watch because they don't like it that I criticize Kiwi Farms in Russia. Same issue. And my account, and not just mine, but others. And you're starting to see all these bootlickers and these softballers. They're trying to criticize YouTube, but glaze them whenever they do anything minorly convenient. But at the end of the day, YouTube just sucks. And you say, why don't you go to a different platform? Because they suck even more. That's the biggest problem. And the biggest reason why so many YouTubers refuse to go on other websites is because they don't pay them money. Many of them don't pay shit. TikTok is like the closest example of a platform that could actually be better than YouTube. It has many more features that are better. My God, I loved how TikTok had direct messages. I love how you just post images on TikTok and people would just be edgy. People are way more edgy on TikTok. Holy shit. You go on YouTube comments section, people are so fucking offended over everything. But when you go in the TikTok section, it's almost like going to a fucking, the old school internet. It's like, what the fuck? I was told that you people are brain rot people. And I'm thinking, no. In reality, this platform's more brain rot. And you see, like, it's fine. I don't care if I am. You see YouTubers trying to say there's a skill around it. You just have to learn the skill. And I'm thinking, there is no skill. You just make a video in a certain robotic way, which, by the way, that's the reason why AI is so popular on YouTube, because everyone talks like a robot. See, when I cough there and you hear all that fumbling and all that stuttering, that's me being human. I'm not going to retake it. Why should I retake it? I'm not a clanker. I'm not some fucking clanker. I love how YouTube has become more and more AI because I'm loving how every time there's a big update that everyone hates, YouTubers get pissed off, but they don't get pissed off enough to go to a different platform or actually fucking do something about what's going on with YouTube. And they would let YouTube shit in their mouths. Like, that's how bad YouTubers are. They are the ultimate masochists. They are extremely masochistic. I don't know why anyone can see these people as even human at this point. These people are just pathetic. And many of these big YouTubers stay because YouTube is like the only platform that gives them money. And whenever they change the algorithm, they lose a shit ton of views because what people don't realize, the majority of their views, and this is such a fact, you can ask any YouTuber this. 95% of all YouTubers views come from recommendations. 95% of it. That's bad. That's very bad. That means if they wanted to, they could just say, shut it off. You don't get views. You won't get recommended. And then you will have many people say you fell off because your content sucks. On other websites, the term falling off is not a thing. You go on TikTok, there's not really a thing called falling off. Now, there is like actual falling off, but that's different. Like, I don't care, leave it. Fuck it. There's a difference between falling off on other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and the other platforms, Twitch, and then there's falling off on YouTube. They're totally different. 99% of the time, if a person falls off on YouTube, it's not because of their content got more shit. It's just that YouTube stopped recommending them to people. That's what usually happens. I didn't fall off. Like, I make an account. I made like accounts before, like 2 other accounts before, and they did decent views. When I made this account, I was getting less views than usual. And I do the exact same thing, and I see people do even worse quality videos than I do. What's the difference? YouTube decides I don't deserve views. That's what happened. I pissed off a certain Google employee. I guarantee there will be a day when there's like a massive leak, and this is my theory. There's going to be a massive leak on YouTube to where you can go on like an index. So like you go on a different website. Maybe somebody makes a certain index system that you can look up your account or other accounts, and so that there's a shadow ban rate where if you piss off YouTube enough, they can outright shadow ban your account or partial shadow ban your account. People don't want to talk about US Airsoft, even though he made a video that he has almost 1 million subscribers, and he still hasn't got that video up in views. Their comments there are still from weeks and months ago, and nobody's even talking about it. Nobody's not talking. Notice how these big ass YouTubers didn't mention. He talked to these YouTubers. He directly talked to them and said, "Hey, it's such an issue with YouTube." They probably said, "Fuck you, we're not talking to you," because these YouTubers don't care. Because modern day big YouTubers are not actually organically big. They are big because YouTube has made them big. They're around YouTube long enough to where they could have just done by skill and consistency, but now they don't have to do that because they got a deal from YouTube, said, we're going to boost you in the algorithm no matter what, and you will always be on top. Now on YouTube, it's all about luck. Like, it's more about luck on today's YouTube than any other time in history. I say about 2014, 2011, 2014, Well, 2011, 2015 was like the best years for YouTube. It had an algorithm. People think, oh, I'm against algorithms. I'm not against algorithms, but I think algorithms should not dictate how you should watch what you want to watch. Because back in 2011 to 2015, YouTube was amazing. YouTube was fucking amazing. It had an algorithm system. It had this algorithm system, but it wasn't forcing you. The algorithm will suggest videos, but you primarily find videos by search. Search was so good back then. You can find videos that you want to watch if you search it up. And you know what? Your search, if you make a video with the search term on it, you will show up. Even if it was out of context. Now, people said it stopped after 2012 with it's like what they call them, comic girls. These people were always around. They're still technically around. The fact is, the old YouTube was just amazing when it comes to discoverability. You can have a small community because you can say, well, you just need to make better content. No, YouTube needs to push my videos out. That's the problem. YouTube push my videos out, and I wouldn't make videos like this. But you don't want to. And you notice all these fucking big YouTubers, they would talk about the other issues that you see with YouTube, but they would never talk about this one. The worst thing that makes YouTube so shit, because this is why you see so many slop AI content. This is why you see so much ElsaGate content. This is why you see content farms in general. Because if it's a luck game, well, what happens? You get lucky and then you get like the best demographic. You know, the kids that are overwhelmingly watching YouTube, which they should not. But guess what? You can make fucking millions. ElsaGate was the definition of what happens when you have an algorithm, when you have an algorithm too bad on YouTube. Because the algorithm gradually got worse. And then when the ElsaGate shit happened, everybody poured their fund in because everybody was scared for their kids. And now you're going to see in November 17th, it's going to be interesting because every fucking time YouTube keeps doing something stupid. Every time. And I find it fucking funny. It's funny. It's beyond funny. You have all this fucking shit with YouTube where they do all this stupid shit that everyone hates. I hate it and everyone else, but yet they still do it. They could easily stop the algorithm from being luck-based to where it's not about luck. It's about how you do your videos back in the day, because there was a time when if you did your titles, your tags a certain way, you could get views. But what happened? What the fuck happened? YouTube decided, no, we're going to promote Mr. Beast. We're going to promote content farms. We're going to promote people. Because people are become more extreme since the algorithms. The algorithms have made people more extreme, both left and right. And, I'm tired of it because, the only reason why I use YouTube, I can watch it, it's because no one else is making other content on other platforms, like long form content. BitChute, it's ass, complete ass, and just filled with fucking only right-wing people. That's not a problem with me. I can listen to that as much as I would, but it gets tiresome over time because some of them are just not entertaining. Odyssey has the same issue, but they're trying to hide that shit, which, why the fuck you call yourself a free speech platform when you can't even get your fucking site to even work? Like, same thing with BitChute and Odyssey. Their websites are terrible. Not Odyssey, but Rumble is shit. It's a fucking cesspit of fucking slop and garbage. And, it has horrible search. It has horrible search algorithms. You can't get any views. And the views you do get are most likely bots, which they got in serious legal trouble when investors pointed it out, and they said, we're going to sue you for that because we're not going to have our advertisement going to fake views because that's false advertising. But the alt tech platforms don't care because they think they can make a quick buck out of people using like cryptocurrencies like with RC, or Bitch is like the one of the most honest and maybe the best, but the platform is shit, and it's also in, it's based in the UK, so pretty much it's a dead website, only used by far right neo Nazis and child predators, by the way. Odyssey has the same problem with neo Nazis and child predators, but they censor people and they want you to use a shitty cryptocurrency to make money, which I'm sorry, I'm not going to use a shitty cryptocurrency. And they made it where you could just put your content automatically on there once you make a video on YouTube. But the problem is, it's complete ass. Like, you want people to make original content on Odyssey. I don't want to go on Odyssey if it's just videos I can find on YouTube, because if I have to pick and choose, YouTube is just better. I have the revamped app. I can watch without dealing with ads. My phone heats up when I use the Odyssey app and even the website itself, because I guarantee they're trying to do some sort of crypto mining on my fucking phone. Like, I don't have to deal with that on YouTube. YouTube in general is a shitty platform, but there's nothing else better than YouTube. But they don't understand what to do. They all fucking to do stupid shit. And I mean stupid shit. All these platforms suck. But YouTube sucks so bad, people want a new platform. People want to use another fucking platform besides YouTube. But they always fucking suck. YouTube's shit. I don't like YouTube. I like TikTok way more. I love TikTok way more. The only issue I think I had about it was the censorship. You had to make short form of videos to get a decent amount of views, and it paid like shit. Like, if I got monetization on one of my videos that made as much as YouTube, I would have had several $1,000s already. But TikTok refuses to pay their creators. It's good if you want to just make videos talking about shit you like to talk about. That's fine. But, it's always another good thing to have people making good money, too, if they want to. And I wasn't going to do that fucking weird challenges they want to, they always offer you a challenge to get some money out. That's like the best way to make money on TikTok. But I'm not doing that. Fuck that. I prefer just talking about shit on the internet that I like to talk about, and I don't like to be censored. YouTube at least has a slightly better, free speech than TikTok did. Now, that's debatable, because there are certain cases where you can say more shit on TikTok in certain ways, but you couldn't on YouTube. Because if you say anything on YouTube that YouTube doesn't like, instead of just banning you, just suppress your account. I'm loving how millions of fucking YouTubers just getting that straight out banned because of AI, which I am enjoying seeing. I am getting off to that. I am getting off to knowing that every single YouTuber on this platform who simped for YouTube and simped for the way YouTube acts is getting what they fucking deserve. And it makes me fucking happy. I'm glad some of these YouTubers are getting banned, even good YouTubers, because they need to. What needs to happen is this: PewDiePie should just say it as it is. Now, if I was talking to PewDiePie directly, I would say these certain topics, demand these fixes, or that, because how much you have a reach and how much you are popular. You are the most popular organic YouTuber on this platform. Yes, he is more popular than MrBeast. He's more respected than MrBeast. Mr. Beast just took advantage of the shitty algorithm that became YouTube. But you know what? Does YouTube care? No, but the people would. The people en masse would get fed up with YouTube. They would get fucking fed up and say, fuck you. And say, I'm not going to deal with it. You either fix the algorithm or we're not going to do this shit no more. You know, there's enough people out there who can really fuck up YouTube as a platform. The people who work at YouTube are incompetent. You could destroy the algorithm if you just do if enough people do it and just destroy the algorithm. You could have enough people call up and that's another thing. If I was PewDiePie, I'd say, let's talk to the advertisements, because he knows Disney. You say, hey, do you want to watch this monkey getting tortured or this and that? You know, fucked up videos, and it's like, that's your advertising. Do you want that on there? Scare them off the platform. Scare them off. Make them understand that if you go back to the old system of YouTube, to where instead of being luck-based, it would be about the way you did your title, your tags, and everything would be back to normal. You see organic YouTube channels. You wouldn't see these people trying to follow the trend. You wouldn't see all this gaslighting. You wouldn't see all this slop on YouTube. It would be back to normal. Back to normal. I miss those days. You know, it's funny because Deep Humor, the fucking scumbag he is, saying, I miss old YouTube. Like, I almost said a certain word you can't say on YouTube. I want to say the N-word, by the way, but YouTube won't allow me. But black people can say it, but, you know, someone like me can't. Old YouTube was good because of organicity. And it's funny because Deep Humor, in a way, he's not organic. He's a softballer. I almost guarantee that he's just a fake creator just designed to seem like he's the little guy. You know, he could just be working for YouTube staff himself. He showed nudity on his not website, but his videos. I pointed it out. He muted me, by the way. He got scared of me because he realized, oh, this guy's criticizing me. Yeah, because you're a piece of shit, that's why. There's other YouTubers as well. I don't think they're like compromised, but I think they believe what Deep Humor said. Don't believe Deep Humor. He's a scumbag who doesn't care about his users and doesn't care about the platform. The same thing for this other fucking YouTuber. I forgot his name. But this platform's gone to shit. And it's luck-based. There's no skill. There is not a single bit of skill. It's about you getting lucky. So if you're a YouTuber starting out and you're thinking, oh, my views are shit, don't say that's because you make bad content. There is no bad content on here. Just if you're not consistent, and if you don't make hostility towards your audience. But yes, it's all about luck. I have done this for long enough. I've probably done this longer than Deep Humor or any of these other YouTubers beforehand. It's all about luck. Luck, luck, luck. There was a time where there wasn't just about luck. You couldn't do a certain pattern to make it where you got views. But now it's become just luck. You got to hope by the YouTube algorithm if it picks you up. If not, you're fucked.